conjunct Mars. A very talked about conjunction nowadays because on 2nd of May 2018, Mars moves into the Uttarashada second pada, moving into Capricorn. Ketu is already present in Capricorn in the second pada of Shravana. This conjunction has a lot of potential because it is said that Ketu acts like Mars, and that is from the classical texts. In the meantime, Mars is going to be stationed in Ketu for a period of little above 6 months, that is from 2nd May to 6th of November. So it will have a very forceful impression on all signs as respect to their position from their lagna. Before we move on to this conjunction, let us see individually as to what karakas these planets hold sway over. Ketu rules over poison and smoke, and it is thin in appearance. It has a bilious nature and it is like Mars. This is as per Faldipika. As per Uttar Kalamrita, Ketu is a devotee or a worshipper of Chandi and Ganesh. It is also a servant of Shiva. It rules over moksha. It also has power over prosperities, all types of prosperities. Yes, it is true, depending on its position. It rules over dogs, cocks, and vulture. It is the instability of the mind, the knowledge of the Brahma and the Vedanta, and many much more. As per Faldipika, chapter 2, Mars rules over Sattva. It is the physical and mental strength and things that come out from the bogle of the earth. It is the aptitude that one has in life, the exuberance that one feels. It is the strength and the weaknesses one has, the joy, the ability to grasp things. It is also sinful deeds, indecent activities, lust for other people's wives. It is the high qualities, joyfulness, and the generosity that one has. It also is about enthusiasm and fire in the kitchen, the goldsmith, all people working with fire, near fire, the ironsmith. It is also the ram, the cock, and the hen. It also represents thieves. As per Uttara Kalamrita, it also holds sway over the land, anger, obstinacy, also opposition acts, goldsmiths, one's skill in archery, and many more. Mars and Ketu together are the ruler of the 8th house of the natural zodiac, Scorpio. So let us see what the 8th house represents. As per Uttar Kalamrita, chapter 5, the 8th house deals with death, longevity, happiness. It deals with the worry about death. It deals with somebody else's money, the inheritance we receive from the death of someone. It is the worries of the brother. It is the enemies of the wife or the husband. It is also the working on loan or somebody else's money. It is the fear of capital punishment from the government, loss of a limb. It is also the terrifying sorrow that one faces. It is about killing of somebody, disturbance of mental peace, and also sexual behavior. It is cruel acts, sinful deeds that are done, and most mental anguish. As per Faldipika chapter number 1, shloka number 14, the 8th house deals with sorrows, age, death, mental anguish, death impurities, candles, auspiciousness, and mental pain. It also deals with obstacles and servants. It deals with the internal organs like liver, intestines. It also deals with fallopian tubes, uterus, the testicles, and also the kidneys. It deals with all kinds of fevers, viral and chronic. It also deals with cancer and diseases like AIDS and TB also fall within its purview. Contagious diseases also are part of the 8th house. Fears or phobias of journey, piracy of goods, unnatural sex, loss of husband, loss of pregnancy also falls within this preview. Blood poisoning, gain or loss from illegal activities, recovery or non-recovery of gains, that is debts, old debts, is also falling under this house. When seen in a natal chart, this combination can represent very strong gut feelings, as Mars rules over the Muladhara chakra, which is the very seat of existence. It is this chakra that houses the power and the patience and the passion that is required to procreate and to carry on life. When Ketu is present with Mars, this becomes a very strong seed for the Kundalini to rise. Also, this combination, when situated in a good house, can raise the person to very high spiritual levels. This combination shows a very strong instinct for survival. Such people are intense, intelligent, and very driven. They show marked sense of humor, and also at times the married life can be seen to be have suffered a great deal because these people are very focused in the work that they do, thereby forgetting everything and everyone around them. This combination gives people a very strong and a scientific and analytical mind. The reflexes are very quick, and such people like to probe deep into the human psyche. They have the ability to touch base with the paranormal powers. However, depending on the placement of this conjunction, only then can be it ascertained with great deal. The occult, let us not forget, is a strong part of the 8th house and Scorpio at large. The ability to delve deep into the human psyche and to study is profound and is second to none. So let us take a look at the example charts to cement our points. The case that we take here is of James Van Paraga. He is an American author, a producer, and a television personality who describes himself as a clairvoyant and a spiritual medium. He has written many books, of which one of them have been the New York Times bestseller called Talking to Heaven. He has also hosted a short-lived show on paranormal on television called Beyond with James Van Paraga. Now let us see the combination in his chart. Here we see that Mars, which is the lord of the 5th house in Aries and also the lord of the 12th house of Scorpio, because the ascendant here is Sagittarius, is placed in Aries in its own house, and Ketu, the lord of the 12th house, is placed in the 5th house. 5th house relates to Mantra Shakti, the ability to connect with the ancestors, because 5th house is also all about ancestors. The 12th house is all about connecting with the universal powers or the supernatural powers, the supernatural world. So this gave him a very strong connect. Let us move deeper into the subtle. When we look into the subtle, we see that Ketu is placed in Ashwini Nakshatra, a very strong nakshatra to be associated with the occult and the studies of the unknown. Mars is associated with Bharani. Bharani is the nakshatra of the dead. It has a strong connect with secretive powers and life and death. So we see that it gave him great powers to be associated with the life and death and spirits from the beyond. The next case that we take up is of Chantal Akerman. Chantal Akerman was a Belgian film director and was known to have made a solid impact in the world of feminist filmmaking. She was the daughter of Holocaust survivors. She was extremely close to her mother, and her mother appreciated her qualities and told her not to get married young but to concentrate in making a life and career for herself. Being very influenced by her mother, she gave in, dedicated her entire life to making and learning the art of films, and she worked on both sides of the camera. Her major movies were centered around the relationships of mother and daughter, and they had a very strong reflection of the human psyche too. Her movies seemed mundane, and there was a long drawn process in the movies which was about day to day and everyday life, but they left a profound message about human psyche and human relationships. Let us take a look at her chart to determine how it came to be so. Her Lagna here is Gemini. Mars is posited in the 4th house along with Ketu. A very strong influence of Mars because Mars in 4th house has its own qualities. Ketu also is present in this house, determining a very strong influence of mother in a very spiritual and a directed manner as Ketu would have it. This Mars is also the ruler of the sixth house of analysis, discretion, and this Ketu is also the ruler of the sixth house, following pinpointed analysis and pinpointed discretion. This Mars is also the ruler of the 11th house of gains, accomplishments, achievements, and so many more things. So it gave her gains in movies through the relationships, especially that of mother and daughter. Most conjunctions in transit show an effect on the native. However, this effect is intensified if the same transit or if the same natal combination is seen in the charts. Then, in such a case, this natal combination would, with respect to the transit combination, give its own results. As regards with Capricorn and Ketu and Mars, people having such conjunctions will find an impact in their chart with regard to Mars and Ketu in transit in Capricorn and their natal positions. This will have a special positive influence with those lagnas which are friendly with Mars. Ketu with its direction. Ketu is thin, it is directed, it is pointed. So, with its ability to spearhead any issue and the energy and vigor of Mars, it can lead to great heights for people in transit. This is not something to be scared about. However, during the retrograde phase, there might be a fall in energy, there might be lethargy, but we'll take it up in another session. Till then, stay tuned and have a blessed day.